I didn't know, so I'm going to assume that I haven't heard anything, you know, we haven't asked him if he didn't know. But I know Anne Marie's.
I call the village of council meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Navarro.
Here.
Warner.
Here.
Wendell.
Here.
Hoover.
Here.
Chagall. Here. Creasy.
Here.
All present.
At this time, Chief Meter would like to introduce our new officer.
Well, thank you, sir. I just would like to officially introduce Officer Trevor Lincoln. He's our newest full-timer. He's actually been with us for about 4 months. Just completed his FTO training period Saturday, so now he's officially on his own and dependable. And so between him and Chad, we're going to have evenings pretty much covered 7 days a week now, at late afternoons and evenings. Trevor comes to us by way of Montcalm County Sheriff's Department, so he's got about 4 years total now. And he's a welcome addition to the department, and he does really good investigations and follow-up, which is one of the things that I really wanted when we were looking for a new officer. I don't know if you want to give him a little taste of Trevor Lincoln.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't very excited. What I do.
Well, you're on the spot.
Real quick, I'll tell you this, so far, and I know he's just done his training, he's been a home run. Nothing but good things from residents and from Troy on him, so we're very lucky to have Officer Lincoln.
Wonderful.
Naive.
Hey, now go hit the streets.
I see it.
Back to work. Thank you.
All right, next up, I need to add an item under committee reports, letter K, Raymond Health Center. And with that, we need a motion to approve the agenda.
Support. Support.
Motion been made and supported to approve the agenda. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, public statement, for any topic, 3 minutes. You got a sheet over there? Brian Yocklin, please state your address for the record.
502 North Main Street, Chesapeake, Michigan, 4866.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and quote it.
Sorry.
Or anywhere you want to
I'm
say.
kind of not very good at speaking in public. So, my biggest thing right now is I'm not getting my water bill in the mail, and I try to make arrangements. And for instance, an example, I was working and we were making these devices. Test respirators for when COVID first hit, and they were sending them out throughout different countries and stuff, and they had to get shipped that day. So I called up to the village and said, "Hey, I'm gonna come in. I'm at work. I'm an essential worker. I actually brought my thing right here. You guys want to look at it? If I can come in and make the payment." They're like, "Yes." So I come in, make the payment, and they said, "Your water shut off." I said, "That's fine, you guys can turn it on?" "No, they'll do it on Monday." So they made me like wait the whole weekend with no water, even after I made arrangements for it, you know, that I was coming in, and they're like, "Well, what if you didn't come in?" And then shut me off on Monday. So that was my biggest thing, and then my mail's getting out to 502 North Lime Street to Andrew Cornelius, because he, every once in a while, he'll be like, "Hey, I got a bunch of your mail."
Have you talked to the post office about it?
No, I haven't, but I'll make plans on doing that.
Is the correct address listed on your bill?
Yes. But my biggest thing is that I would like to see something come to where, like, if someone calls and makes arrangements, maybe change something. I'll let you guys decide, because this last time my water got shut off, I went and paid $160. 9 days later, my water got shut off for $97. Bear in mind, I didn't get nothing in the mail indicating this.
When was that?
This was just recently. And I don't know if you guys have changed it now, because this last time they turned my water on Friday. But I know if there's no one working, then you have to go the whole weekend, even after you pay the fines and everything. If I were to suggest a change, maybe have like an office worker have like a list of it, take one of the village trucks and turn people's water on. If they pay on that Friday. That's pretty much it. Like I said, this is my first time.
You're fine, you're great.
You did good.
Very good.
Okay.
In your defense, I live on South Line, and North and South Line regularly have deliveries. Everybody, UPS, everybody,
You're right,
North
Sean.
and South.
He's on North
He's on
Main.
Main though.
He's on Main
North
Street.
Main, but
He's on the other side.
Main is,
Oh, Main.
it's the 4-letter word, line's a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
You know,
Go down,
there's
walk up and
an
go
I,
straight down.
you know. But like I said, if I would've got something, I would've came in and not had to pay that extra $60. You know, which, I understand, I didn't pay, so I'm agreeing, $60 is fine, I'm not arguing that, it just, maybe have something that you're making, I don't know what the right word is, but, yeah, I'm pretty nervous right now.
Good.
I think we got the gist.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much. That is it for public comment. Next up, consent agenda.
So moved.
Support. Motion been made, supported to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. No unfinished business. Moving on into new business items for action. Appoint village clerk. So everybody should have gotten the applicants that came in. I'd appreciate it if the spouses of those applicants don't weigh in personally.
So I'll read this real quick. This is from Attorney Pete Bain on how to handle this. The council should deliberate in an open session, including, we don't have candidate interviews, but council should deliberate in open session. After the deliberations are done, the council president should invite a motion in favor of a particular candidate. So at that point, Matt would say, does anybody have a candidate they'd like to put up? The motion is seconded, then a vote should occur. If a majority approves, then the candidate is selected. Robert rules of order may come into play, so since a motion is made, another member of the council may offer an amendment to the motion, so somebody else, if they want them voted on. Council members who are married to a candidate have an obvious conflict of interest and should neither participate in deliberations about their spouse/candidate nor vote on that candidate. So if you're married to one of the candidates, do not discuss that candidate, and you obviously don't vote on it. We have 5 applications in front of you to discuss, so I would tell you, go ahead and discuss. Or if you want to read them over, I'm sure everybody's read them over. But.
First, I'd like to thank everybody that applied.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is like more than we've ever gotten for anything.
Right.
Like, this is
Right.
great.
And they're all
It's a great problem to have.
And just a reminder that this is a roughly 6-month appointment. It'll have to go on the election.
November.
With that all being said,
I would like to do full disclosure also. There are 2 spouses that are candidates. Also, I don't have a vote on this, and I will not discuss it in any way. Elisa Rahman is my fiance. She's also one of the candidates.
well, that's -1.
Choice and partner.
Just for definitely.
She's not making pictures.
You believe they say that stuff about me? You believe they say that stuff about me?
So, there's 5 of us that get to discuss and make this decision.
So they can discuss anything that's not their spouse. So every candidate will have at least 6 people that can talk about them. And everybody's welcome to an interest application if they live in the village. So everybody is allowed to apply and do this work.
I will just say that Tina has been filling in, doing a great job for, the last few months. And it seems like it'd be pretty seamless, just a new run. These are all great applicants, so.
Yeah.
For sure.
We just need to make sure someone's actually gonna be available to make sure documents, things are signed. That's been the hardest thing with Sam's health issues was availability.
My thought is several of the applicants are already, putting in time with the village and are already involved, which is great. And if we're interested in bringing on more people that are not involved in the village, then I think we have a couple options there too.
Well, we are also gonna need whoever gets nominated and approved will have to appoint a deputy. This is a good short list to work from.
Okay, so they're, okay.
So they have
Well-
2 years. Right? The
No,
clerk.
No,
it's
it's still
on
fine.
the clerk.
Okay.
So, I read on Denise's that she did research and there was no conflict based on what positions somebody else holds on another committee and the clerk position. So that's good to know.
Anybody else have anything they want to discuss?
We're all good.
No, I think it's right. It has to be someone who's available.
Yeah.
They have to be self-motivated. It's gotta be someone that's gonna be here to sign stuff.
I feel like every single person that applied for this is probably fits that criteria. In my opinion, I feel like.
Well, if there's no more discussion, would anybody like to put forward the motion?
Yeah, I'd like to put a motion in for Tina Powell. Since she's been doing it and she's been on the council before too.
Do we have support? Okay.
I'll support it.
Okay, motion's been made and supported to make Tina the clerk.
We do a roll call.
Roll call vote, please.
Lamar?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 All right, motion carries. Tina is the clerk. I believe we're gonna have to swear her in.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
And here are some people that may be interested in deputy clerk. Thank you, Tina. I assume you will accept this nomination. All right, next up, resolution 04-2026, recognizing Saldana Sam Martinez.
Yeah, just a resolution to thank Sam for all the time he put in. There's something that needs to be signed by everybody. But this is just saying thank you for all the effort over the years. Yeah, it's just a resolution, thank you.
We are making a plaque, right?
We have, that's what we're signing right now. And we do have his stamp and nameplate and everything. We'll make sure we get that to him as well.
Make a motion, we approve the resolution 04-2026, recognition of Saldana Sam Martinez.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next up, committee reports, infrastructure.
We have a meeting the first Tuesday of the month at 8:30 in the morning.
Finance and admin?
No.
Public safety, no meeting. EDA?
Next they had a meeting on the 8th. We did that meeting. They paid the bills. They're still doing the military banners until the 30th of this month. You can, if you want to put a banner in for somebody, you have until the 30th.
$100, wasn't it? For the price of it.
I think they're 150.
Yeah.
100% sure.
And then they held elections for officers and everybody stayed the same. That was it.
Chamber, no meeting. Planning?
No meeting. Do we have one? Are we gonna have one next week?
Potentially, yes.
Potentially next week.
Airport?
There was a meeting last night. I was there for about 5 minutes. Gave them some numbers that they needed to look at and hash over. That was it.
Fire board?
Had 7 runs since the last meeting, bringing a total of 50. Since we had the burning permit removed, they did on the 12th and 13th, the wildland fire. I posted some pictures on my Facebook. I don't know if everybody's seen them, but it went good. Then Sunday, they just had a training out to Marion, a shuttle run. They had 8 fire departments out there shoveling water, and it went good. Been working on a golf outing on May 16th. That's going good. Next training is going to be May 3rd and 4th. It's basic skills. All the officers are going to be doing stuff for each one of the guys. We got 2 cadets that just went through their fire training, and they had their finals Saturday, and they should know this week sometime if they pass. They graduate May 6th, I think it is. So.
Fantastic.
And then, hose testing is gonna be the first couple weeks in May when they get here. The 2 trucks are still down. Janelle, when she retired, they had to have a new safety officer. They elected, Nick Paul as a new safety officer. And the next board meeting is gonna be May 3rd, 13th.
Please don't take us back there.
I know, I want the warmer weather.
Task force?
No meeting.
I think we're up to 28 though, right?
Yes, there's one scheduled, that's true, 28.
Parks committee?
No meeting.
Alright, the Raymond Health Center, we met. It is kind of insane. They haven't had an election in years. So, the next meeting, which will be in September, because of summer and nobody's able to meet, they're gonna do, election of officers, and then those officers and the board will start working on revamping their bylaws. Because they haven't been touched in decades. So we're gonna redo that. There are roughly 250 or more WIC families in the area that are receiving WIC benefits through the center. Obviously, the center does not pay those benefits, but they serve as a place to register and take care of all the paperwork. There's also a dental bus that comes in, I think, twice a month, which is really inexpensive. They told me what it was, and I don't understand how. I think they're getting some kind of money. Another great service that we get. The problem is there is a shortfall in their annual budget, and they're asking that all of the communities involved contribute up to $500 a year, just to make sure that the bills are paid, the lights stay on. And they are making some improvements to the building as it's pretty dated.
What are all the areas that are involved? I know St. Charles, Chestnut.
Got a list. Let's see, we've got Marion, Oakley. We don't know about Oakley. They haven't responded to any emails. They probably are going to end up not being involved. LB, Brant, Brady, Chapin, Chesaning Township, Maple Grove, St. Charles, and us. So, yeah, have a meeting in September to do some elections and start revamping the bylaws and move forward from there. Oh, and we did approve $5,200 to do structural updates to the building, paint on the front, new, fascia and siding up in the front little piece there, it's pretty dated looking. Paint the windows, there's a couple panels under the windows that need to be replaced. Yeah, they got new doors recently, looks pretty nice, and they were rotted right out. So I would ask that we get a motion to affirm that we will stay with the Raymond Health Center and contribute the $500.
I make a motion to affirm that we will stay with the Raymond Health Center and donate $500.
Support.
Contribute $500.
So support.
Motion's been made and supported. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
So who's active over there? Mary Van Loon still's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kathy Gross.
Kathy Gross.
Yeah, they're pretty much running
Yeah.
the whole show. And volunteers. And they're doing a great job.
Yep.
But we
Do
still
they-
gotta get these elections done.
Are they looking for volunteers? Do they often look for volunteers? Do you have to have a medical background to be a volunteer?
No, actually, because most of the services bring in their own people. So a lot of it's just scheduling and trying to make sure everything happens, and I'm sure they're always looking for volunteers. Because it's essentially those two doing everything.
Mary Van Loon gave me a root canal with dentist.
Oh,
I don't think it
and
was a dental bus. Pretty sure she went on purpose.
supposedly Saginaw County will be back doing immunizations before school all the time. We'll see if that holds up, but that was the information we're getting. Which would be great.
Here at the Raymond Health Center,
Correct.
correct?
Yeah.
Great, so don't have to go to Saginaw.
Right. All right, next up, council member statements.
I just want to mention that Kiwanis has kicked off their fundraiser for the carving within the Bark Park. It's $40, and you can have, I think, 3 or maybe even 4 lines, up to 15 characters each, and your little dog tag with your in memory of pet will be displayed on the back of the carving forever.
Is anybody gonna approve those before they go on there?
Is that
That's
$40
gonna
a
be up
piece
to
or?
Kyle is handling all of the ordering, so I'm sure that he will do a great job doing that.
Is that $40 a piece for each one?
It's $40 a piece for each donation. It's gonna help cover the cost of the carving, and maintaining and hopefully, adding things to the Bark Park over time. Right now, the, campaign's gonna go until, I think he said July 1st, or the first 100. I mean, I don't see why this couldn't be a continuation for forever kind of thing once we figure out how much space we actually have once the carving's done. But I think it's a great way to earn money to the Bark Park, to enhance it, make sure everything stays up to date in there, and to put that tree to good use. It's
Better than
no longer
burning.
there. Yeah. It'll be a dog stone, yeah.
I mean, the dogs don't really think it's,
Well, they might, geez, I never thought about that, but right, I can't over.
I'm just saying, like, the tags up.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to create some type of, board that we put on there, and then we're gonna attach them to that. Just in case if something down the road happens to the carving, then, the memories are still there, and we can, attach it to the fence or post or something else.
Anybody else?
The American Legion's last breakfast till the fall will be on the 3rd of May. So if anybody's interested.
It's good breakfast.
Anybody else? All right, moving on, those staff reports, administrator.
Quick and easy, the Shovel Park is open, the bottom part of it is open, now, but we just ask you to stay off the grass. If you damage the grass, you'll have to pay for it, we just can't have people on the grass. And thanks to the DPW for all the work they've done down there, they're trying their best, and
They fixed that fence.
yeah,
It's awesome.
coming along, so.
It's still very wet down there.
It's wet, yep, but baseball practice and softball practice started down there tonight, so, other other than field 4, they should be all dry enough to play on, and there will be a T-ball game on Saturday, the T-ball fields. So back to summer, and baseball and softball, I just ask you staff the grass has jumped through.
Thanks, Tom. Police chief?
All right, you have my report in your packet. A couple things. The canine trailer finally did sell. You can get just short of $4,000 for that, Tom? $3,800 for that. It's out of our lives, and we got money in the coffers. And the Tahoe, the bids are until Friday at noon, I think, and we have a bid on it. So one way or the other, I think we're gonna be done with the Tahoe. We have a bid. We did one. And we're going to be selling the Charger. I got pictures to Lisa today, so that should be going up soon. We'll be selling the Charger.
You should be able to get at least scrap value.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see.
Is there a minimum bid?
$1,500 on the Charger. I think we had four. I think we were at 4 or 5 minimum on the Tahoe. So hopefully our bid is at least that. As far as it obviously was a busier month than it was the previous month, and that's just how this thing works, especially with warmer weather. There's a couple in here I want to kind of talk about a little bit. First off is on the 16th, that retail fraud first degree, and it actually turned into a continuing criminal enterprise, and let me explain that. So basically, my man came into Ace Hardware and walked out with $1,500 worth of Milwaukee tools. And Joe followed him, didn't run after him, followed him, and was able to get a license plate off his vehicle as he was making this getaway. Of course, that was a bad plate, and it belonged to nothing, but I was able to do a lien no check, or no hit file on it, and what I had found out was at least a dozen different law enforcement officers in Shiawassee County had ran that exact same plate that morning. So I called down to a friend of mine that still works in dispatch in Shiawassee County, and she was able to give me the skinny on what was going on down there with him, directed me to one of the detectives in Shiawassee County who had this subject's full information and could positively identify him. So I was able to quickly get a warrant for his arrest, and he was actually arrested on some of Shiawassee County charges about 3 days later. And they impounded his car, so I was able to go down and do a search warrant on his car in the impound yard down in Perry. And I did not recover any of our stolen merchandise. However, I recovered some stolen merchandise for Grand PD that they didn't know was missing yet. And I did find some more evidence that helps kind of solidify our case here at ACE. After speaking with the detectives in Shiawassee County, it was apparent to me this was more than just a retail fraud. So I met with the Shiawassee County prosecutor, whom I have a relationship with from my past life, and based on our case and what they all had down in Shiawassee County, they decided to charge him in Shiawassee County with conducting a continuing criminal enterprise. So what that means is the felony here in Chesaning is a 5-year max sentence, right? Any other retail fraud first degrees in any of the other 3 counties he was operating in are nothing more than 5-year felonies. Because of concurrent sentencing, that's all he ever get at max, top end. But since they're going to charge him, or they've already charged him, I checked this morning, he has been charged and arraigned and is awaiting circuit court trial on a continuing criminal enterprise in Shiawassee County. If he is found guilty of that, his maximum sentence now becomes 20 years. So, working with playing nice with the neighboring jurisdictions is always beneficial in law enforcement. I think in this case it's going to be really a good thing because he was running around stealing a lot of stuff, it would appear. And then the other one I want to mention is on the 19th, we've had a few people go past my crossing guard at 4th and Brady, and I take that very seriously, and she is very good at getting license plates and getting them to me right away. And on the 19th, she did that. Someone drove by while she was trying to stop traffic for her students and drove up on the curb. And so she sent me the plate, and I ran it, and it was right there at shift change. So I grabbed Officer Root, and we ran out because the address came back just outside of town. And lo and behold, we get there, we see signs of impairment, and we did what we do, and she ended up going to jail for operating while intoxicated. So.
Was that at the morning drop off?
This was in the afternoon drop off.
pick up.
And then also, just lastly, since we're about, because I'm bad at math, but I think we're about a third of the way through the year now, I decided to pull some stats. I think you probably by now have figured out what butters my bread and what I think is important to keep track of and what we really need to do here, and that is make arrests, right? And then the rest, a lot of them are based off our investigations, but there's a lot of patrol arrests that we also make. So I pulled up the arrest numbers from the entire calendar year of 24, and I don't have a number in front of me. However, between 2024, this date, 2024, and this date, 2025, our arrests went up 87%. Between this date in 2025 and this year, they've gone up 46%. So we've got another 46%. And if you go all the way back and compare 2024, January 1 to April 21, to this year, January 1 to April 21, our arrests are up 175%. So, will that result in a lower crime rate? I believe it will at some point. We'll have to see how the numbers parse out at the end of the year. I think, if I did, and I will next month, the numbers for 2025 are now closed by Lansing. There'll be some minor things, but as I told you throughout the year last year, anytime I showed you one of the micro reports, those were numbers that had not been cleared by the accountants in Lansing. So now they have done that, so those numbers are pretty static right now. I think I put that in, and if I didn't, I will try to get in for you for next month for the entire 2025 closed books. But again, I anticipate, I think we had a pretty steep drop in crime, reportable crimes, this last year that I've been here, and I anticipate that to continue to go down, and maybe at some point it's going to level off. You can only stop crime so much, but I'm a firm believer that if people are in jail, they're not committing crimes. So it's simple. I try not to complicate things.
Just to be clear, there was not an increase in crime, just an increase in arrests to better arrest.
Yeah, the crime has gone down a little. And honestly, when I look back at the statistics from years past prior to my arrival, I just don't think crimes were being properly classified and reported to Lansing. So any increase in certain categories is because of that. But at the same time, what crime we do have, which has been pretty consistent over the years, we're now arresting people for them crimes, and hopefully at that point we'll start to see some type of dip in the total crime rate, is my anticipation. But I'm a simple man. This is what I do. So we'll see how it turns out when the numbers come in. Questions?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
It's in reference to the crossing guard. Can you elaborate on what is acceptable for the crossing guard when she is stopping the road for children to travel north and south? Is the east and west traffic still allowed to move?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if she's
stopping one street at a time.
Yeah.
And where she's positioned, she will normally, of course, in the afternoon, she'll be on the east side of 4th Street, south of Brady, and she'll let a group kind of gather up there. And
so 4th Street can still
Yep.
operate. Okay.
Well, when she's crossing on 4th, you're fine on Brady.
Yeah.
And then she will get to that opposite corner, and she'll cross in north or south across Brady, and then 4th is good.
Okay, great. Thank you for clarifying that.
All right, thank you.
Keep up the good job.
I'm gonna try.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by made and supported to adjourn. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Chief,
So you get it started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I give you the ones that I printed